Hello YouTube, we're back for round 2 of the Medway Racing League 100 mile series. We're at Fuji, it's wet, I'm in the RCZ, we've got 36 laps and as the title suggests, we have a bit of a disaster. Let's go and have a look at it. So we'll pull up the calendar here. As you can see, it's 36 laps of Fuji GP. We've got rain today, that's kind of why we've taken the RCZ. We're still required to use raced soft tyres. Fuel and tyre wear are still ×4, so hopefully it dries up, otherwise the rest of the boys will be staying in the wets. Take the penalty, the 1 minute penalty at the end for not using match required tyre. Let's get to the track. I mean, we've missed the lights a wee bit, but not off to a bad start. Johnny makes a great start ahead of us, and we just get boxed in again, same as once. We'll back out of it, down into turn 1. We're kind of between Supers V2 and Roswell in front of us. We'll have to give them the space, we can't poke our nose into there, cause an accident. So look for the run off the corner. Calvin off the track in front of us, Jake, everybody's struggling. The conditions are mad. If you look at the bottom left, we're just nearly in full wet conditions. Now I've gone for the wet tyre to start. The reason being is so the lobbies are a wee bit messed up and we can't set an actual qualifying time. We'll have to set up a practice lobby and set our times there, and that gives us the grid for the race. It's not a proper qualifying session per se, as we get a great run round the outside of Scott. He helps us on the AstroTurf, whatever. We'll carry on. We lost the positions we gained there, but all the cars are in front of us. We're still travelling. Anyway, as said about the qualifying format. So we tip for anybody racing these series. At the minute, the way qualifying works, that 15 minutes seems to be exactly how the start of the race pans out. So it gives you a wee bit of a clue as to what tyres you should maybe start on, especially for conditions like this. I've opted for the wets, even though we're in intermediate conditions, just that middle section there on the tyre grip chart or tyre grip meter on the left. I know later at the end of this stint there's going to be more rain coming, and I'm thinking keep it in the wets, keep the car facing forward, so the intermediates can't quite handle full wet conditions, and then we'll see where we are at the end of this stint. But Jake moves past us here and start finish straight. We haven't made an awful start, kept ourselves out of trouble. Into turn 1, ran ever the opportunist, makes a move down the inside, but this works out for me so well. Everybody gets out of shape. The RCZ has great traction off that turn. I get a nice run down the outside. We'll back out of this and let Jake take the corner. We're back up to P8. He gets a penalty. I mean, nip and tuck there. Very, very unlucky. Helps us out, obviously. When we come around the penalty line, we'll hopefully get that position back off him. Keep our nose clean. I'm not even going to try and remember the names of these corners. I know one is 100R or 120R or whatever, but we'll call it turn 1, turn 2. This is Dunlop, I know that much. Again, keeping it clean, spotting the braking mark. These conditions are very, very hard to drive in, so I'm just trying to keep it clean, keep myself facing forward. It's starting to dry up again, so at this stage of the race the intermediates are stronger, so I'm just struggling for pace. But we're fine, we're facing the right way, following this train round. I know the race will or should come back to me. Through the final turn, trying to line it up for a nice drive off the corner, which will do quite well. Scott just behind us, fighting with Ryan. See that in the replay camera in the bottom right. Jake serves penalties. I move up to the left side of him. I mean, I know at the time this happened, I have to stop, let the traffic move past. I was like, man, what are you doing? What are you doing? He's waited here, fair play to him. I drive through his coast, kind of like probably in protest, but I put my hazards on, let him know everything's, thank you for waiting, all that good stuff. But he served his penalty, he's come back, he's just misjudged, he's trying to pull into my slipstream there, he's misjudged it, caught us and spun us round. We'll jump to the end of lap 4, or the start of lap 4, sorry. Jake's still with us. It's actually almost dry conditions now, but we're sticking with the wets. We're gonna try and fight back and get some sort of result from this today, as difficult as it's going to be now. See, the track's getting faster. We go purple in sector 1, but everybody will be going purple in sector 1. It's like lap 2, everybody going purple. But we know, say from qualifying, the weather's going to come back to us here. We've about 9 or 10 laps of wet weather, and I'm just trying to get onto the wet part of the track to keep these tyres in some sort of shape. Hopefully I've got it back and I can crawl my way back in lap pack ahead of us. Our leaders now just heading right into the final turn. That's how much time we've lost, unfortunately. I mean, we'll give an idea of the time we've lost here. Coming out of the final turn, the leader is going into the first turn, and the straight at Fuji it's a lengthy one. I mean, you're definitely at a disadvantage starting that far back. So come through turn 4, we've got yellows on lap 5. The weather's come back to us. You can see down the bottom left. Maybe this is a clue as to what's to come. We're on the right tyre. Certainly now we're at the limits of what the intermediates can cope with. We come up in behind JJ, Johnny Newbold, a very fast driver. Say Nathan in behind us. He's in the intermediates. He's actually just coming out of the pits in the intermediates as JJ loses it on the straight. That's the aquaplaning. That's why we're in the wet tyre. We don't want to be doing that. We want to keep it facing forward. Another yellow flag as Nathan starts to lose it. Johnny Hastings is off the side. Nathan does lose it, and I lock up the brakes, lose control. Nathan's done a 360, makes Dunlop look a bit. I mean, he's probably styling on me there. Absolutely beautiful. But we'll move on. Fighting with Johnny, I'm guessing he's in the intermediate. Well, he might not be, he might have just had him off. I'll line this up for the final turn and see if we can do something. Lap 6, I know there's only another 3 laps left in these tyres, and then we can get on to our racing slicks. Big part of creating your strategy is Now this bit was on the fly because until you join the lobby you don't know what the conditions are going to be, but I know they're going to dry up come lap 9, lap 10, and I'm going to be able to get on this slick tyre, and the required tyre is a racing soft, so you can go onto the racing soft and get that tyre out of the way. It's not the best tyre for this race, it can only do 6 laps, maybe 7 at a push, but through this section it absolutely murders the tyre and you lose so much time. So I think actually the best tyre for this race is the hard tyre. So at this stage I'm sort of thinking I've got plenty of fuel in the tank, probably too much fuel for the soft tyre, so I can do one or two things: come in, fill up at the hards on, or we can stay in the soft, or get the softs on and keep the fuel in the tank and do a bit of a faster run to try and pull us back in the group. Either way, both strategies are going to line us up at going on the charge, so we're trying to claw back a lot of lost time here, make up a few positions, see where we put ourselves at the end of the race. End of lap 9. I mean, you can see it's starting to dry up. We dive into the pits. It's wet offline, so this is what we're going to have to be careful of coming back out. We'll see what tyre we take here. Not messing about in the box today, boys. Get them on. We're on the racing hards. You see the tyres. I keep the traction control on. Get to the dry line. Super video in front of us, struggling on the curbs. This is the other thing you have to be careful of in these conditions. We're trying to keep it safe, keep it on the dry line, and don't venture off on the wet parts at the sides. Especially the curbs are not easy to drive over in these conditions. So we'll just take it easy, maybe a little too easy. Super video pulls away very easily from us here. Venture a bit wide. I don't know how much you can push into those wet patches. As we come round, who is this? Calvin is adding off. He gathers it back up. They're attacking the curbs. I just want to stay off them. I'm trying to pull myself back into this race and feel my way into this drain line. Apex ahead, Roswell, they were on the intermediate 6, stayed out an extra 2 laps. Jordan on the wets, he had the same idea as me. Scott was on the wets. I mean, I think the wets was probably the safest shout. I mean, yeah, everybody's going for tyres out, so this will give us an idea of if we've made up any time or not coming on these tyres earlier. Now we are Nathan has the fastest lap of 1:45. We're not anywhere near that, but we're driving forward with cars in front of us, with something to aim at. Ren comes out in the mediums, can't see what Nick's come out on. But we're up to P12. Jump. We'll see if we jump anybody in the pits once we get down the straight. We'll have a car accident on the wet line, so we can pull up in the brakes. It's Scott, and I'm gonna try and push on the back of him here. He's not gonna know where the grip is, so this is a chance to close up, put him under pressure, and hopefully get ourselves into P10. He attacks the curb straight away. Maybe he's done a bit of practice in these conditions, I don't know. So we have a yellow flag again. And this is what we want. We want people driving offline, getting themselves into bother and losing time to me. I want to get myself up in the points. Scott seems he has a bit of a moment on the wet line, so I know I can't go out that far. Learning off the cars in front of us. Gives us a run down into Dunlop here. Can we... No, we can't quite. Although we have gone purple, so it shows that we have a bit of pace in this car. So come round into the final corner now. We'll see if Scott can. No, he's got it figured out. We're probably going to have to sit him behind this Subaru now because he is so fast off the straight. This will probably help us out though. We're not in a bad position. But we'll skip forward a lap 13, and Scott gets too greedy, runs himself off. He'll be out there for a while. Now you're gonna take that. Let's see if we can move up on Super Vidu, the winner of the last race. Kelvin, both of them are fighting. This is good for us. We just run a bit deep. Johnny Hastings, I mean, I'm cutting back there, he can't do too much about that, and to be honest, he's probably on the medium tyre, maybe even the soft tyre, I don't know. He had a bit more grip than me there, so I wasn't going to fight him in the second part of the lap. Is that chicane or double hairpin, or whatever you want to call it. It wasn't worth fighting him or losing more time, so we let him go. I made a mistake and he's pounced on it. JJ comes in off the softs, so that's probably good for us, although he's got that out of the way. I don't know if he can go to the end. If he puts the hard tyres on, it'd be a bit of an ask in the fuel from here. Jump forward to lap 18, we've pulled back up on the Jordan, and that looks like Super Vidu just in front of him, so this is kind of coming to us. That's P8, 7 and 6. We started P7, so we're not too far off. Both drivers, Hastings and Super Vidu, pull in. We'll see what tyres they were on. We'll see what. So both were in softs. So our hard tyres are keeping pace even at this stage. The weight of the fuel is dropping off. Our car just keeps getting faster and faster. Now at this point you can see the clouds. The clouds have been around for a wee while, and I wasn't able to get the live recording, so this is recorded off the replay, so you'll not see what I'm doing in the bottom right, but constantly checking the radar, just hoping that those clouds don't mean wet weather, because it means I've basically wasted a stint on the hard tyres, not taking the softs. It's a pure gamble on my part here. So we're hoping the weather stays away and we can get a dry race to the end, get onto the soft tyres. We've got Shane, who we couldn't beat in the last race, just ahead of us, probably in the softer tyre. Jordan just in front of us. We're keeping good pace here. Up into P6. Follow this through and see what Shane's really struggling. We're gonna want to get a move done here and not get held up by him. So look down the inside. Have to give him space in the exit, which will give him the inside here, but I mean our tyres are just in better condition. Apex in the pits in front of us on the softs. He's probably a wee bit too far ahead of us for us to worry about that. I think this is our race in front of us now. Jordan's doing well. I'm keeping with him. I'm not sure at this point what tyres he's on, how well he's looking after him, but he's keeping good pace. I mean, this is the whole idea of this, or how I race this series. You're trying to, as we could just drive into the back of him. I spoke too soon, his tyres are going off. I make him have a look up the inside, but I'll get the penalty. So the penalty for the contact is fair. I mean, you have to avoid that, but it's frustrating for us. We're going to fine him. We do have to serve the penalty, but if we could serve it in front of him, it's better for us. But yeah, I was talking about picking your fights. You have to sort of judge what's happening in front of you in these races because they're so long. The more time you lose now, the more it affects you at the end of the race. So if you can work with people or judge if somebody in front of you is going too slow for the pace that you're supposed to be lapping at, that's all part of the game here, where you're trying to get your strategy right, work with the right people, fight with the right people. And obviously people in different strategies will want to fight with me and slow up my time. Now Jordan dives into the pits. I probably, because I served the penalty there, I probably should have gone for the pits too, because I've now got this whole straight to accelerate down, whereas if I go into the pits I lose less time. I'm trying to stretch these hards as far as I can, because you can see the lap after I come in, I mean maybe one lap, I would have made more time going into the pits after I served the penalty there, I think, just because of the time you lose down the straight after, especially a 2-second penalty. We put a short burst of fuel in, a short fill of fuel, sorry, I get the racing softs on, so this is a stint going to be done, and this gives me options then for the end of the race. I'm not going to bring these to the end, especially with the fuel, so this is going to be 6 or 7 qualifying laps. Get a bit of time back, and maybe now we're going to hope for a bit of rain, hope those clouds stick around so we can get a bit of time back, keep the radar on, keep an eye on the penalties, and capitalise. So jump forward to lap 25. Who's this in front of us? Johnny Hastings. He's going to be on the slower tyre. He was on the softs. I imagine he's out in hards or mediums now. So see how quickly close up to him. Still at lap 25. Come down to Dunlop again. Get a great run off a flat corner, get him on the inside. He's not going to be able to fight it, we just have too much grip. Keep this narrow so he can't go back up the inside. We're going to ensure that that position is ours. We'll skip forward another lap in behind Super V2. Get a nice run off the corner. This is just perfect for us. That GTR is so fast, so we're going to get a nice toe all the way down the straight, and then hopefully get a move done quite early in the next lap. See, we're already purple and we go purple again. Fastest lap, and the fastest man on track. Down the inside, later on the brakes, close up to Apex, no danger of hitting him. We can push on again and get another position, I hope. Super V2 didn't fight it too hard, he's in a different strategy. Another great run. We're going to give Apex a bit more space than we'll give to, was it Jordan when they got the penalty? We're going to get the move done up the inside into the hairpin. Skip forward to the end of lap 28, we're going to dive into the pits now. The softs have had their day. But this is our last stop. We're going to go for the medium tyre, and it's just going to be a push, push, push final stint. So no pressure behind, we can just drive up to the back of Shane. Everybody's pit stops are all over the place, so people are driving around a different quality of tyres, different compounds. But I'm in the charge and I'm going to try and make up a few positions here. I mean, P7, where we started in the grid, and it's not too bad. Give Shane a bit of a bump off that. I didn't time that quite right. But with cars in front of us, and I mean, if we can make up these positions, it'll actually work out to be a half decent result for us. Shane's going to fight this and defend. But we'll look for the run off the corner. He's no grip. It's going to be a drag race down this straight. He'll probably get back past us, but hopefully we have the grip to make a move down in the turn there. So Shane tried to get us on the inside, and we get the old switcheroo done on him. Undercut him to get back. Better drive off the corner with the better tyres. And the following lap, maybe do the same to Nick as we did to Apex and Jordan. No, we can't quite make that work. Or maybe we can. Lick the stop and set it. Gives us a space. But again, to drive off the corner and he doesn't fight us. On the lap 34 up to the back of Jordan. Now this is for P4. This is probably more than what I expected after I was facing the wrong way on the start for this straight. So we're just going to hang it a bit wider and look for better exits. We can get this P4. This P4 is all for us. He might be on the hard tyre and he might have a bit more life in the last lap, but at the minute we've got the pace and we want to take advantage of this. Just get a nice run on the start finish. Back off the throttle. I don't want to go past him too early because he'll just get the drive back past us again, like Shane tried to do. Gonna get a nice toe down and gonna pull out. And make the move down the inside, and this should stick. Calvin's a wee bit too far up the road for us. We're gonna try and close up on, but I think that's done and dusted. It's gonna be a P4, I imagine. It was a good race, good result for us. I mean, consider we're almost bogged last. The only reason we weren't last is because Nathan started on the slick tyre, which put him out of it. Ryan takes a win, Apex second, and Calvin with a good third. I'm happy with fourth, 30 seconds off the leader. I mean, that'd have been a bit closer without the incident, but I can't imagine too much closer. You can see here, I was talking last week about the pace chart. So Lobby 2, almost all of Lobby 2 outpaced Lobby 1, so they're going to get the points here, which is great for the league because it shakes it all up, gives everybody a chance. James Hurst, Moore and Kevy all occupying the top 3 points after 2 rounds. Johnny Waffle, Corbin Waffle, they're calling him now. He's a bit of a sandbagger, or an accused sandbagger. We're in I missed that, P12, P15 maybe. To see the second page of the standings, but the way the league's structured, it keeps us. It keeps everything fresh, gives everybody a chance to compete, and gives everybody a reason to come back and compete. It's nice to know that you're not competing in Lobby 2, Lobby 3, just for those positions. You're competing with these changeable conditions in Gran Turismo 7. It gives you a great opportunity to put points on the board. So I'll talk next week. This week was a wee bit random with the weather, so I couldn't fully get into the strategy, but the next couple of weeks I'll talk a bit more as we spin out again. I'll talk a wee bit more about the strategy and how I sort of put it together or work it out. But don't spend too much time before the races. There's lobbies get put up sort of an hour or so before the race, and you can do all the work then. So yeah, next week we have Interlagos. It's a track I like, so hopefully we can get a bit of a result. Did okay today, so we'll just end it there. Thank you for tuning in, guys, and if you liked the video, give us a like, give us a sub if you want to see next week or any other videos, and we'll catch you then. Cheerio.